Welcome. In this tutorial, I will be showing you how to add a text box so that you can add images or content. So right now I have just one of my guides that I need to update pulled up, but you can do any of these steps using any of the guides available. So I want to add an introduction to this guide. This is the home page to the guide that I'm editing. So if I say add top box, then I can say introduction to guide. And if I select the type, there's a couple of different types of boxes that I can add. For this tutorial, I'm just going to focus on the standard. If you want to know how to do a tabbed box, I'll have a separate tutorial included in Canvas. So I'm going to leave it as standard, and then I'm going to say save. One of the things that you can do is if you're using like reusing a box, maybe you've created one on another page and you wanted to replicate it, you can reuse existing box here. And I can show you that after I've done the basic tutorial here. So we're going to go ahead and say save. And it has created a box for me. So now I can actually add elements, features to this guide, which is in this drop down menu here. We're going to go through quite a bit of these in separate tutorials. I'm going to just focus on the rich text HTML. So here's where I can actually copy and paste any content that I have. Maybe I have definitions or an introduction. And for this, I'm going to just say, this is a guide about mythology. And then I'm going to just leave it at that. I can edit that later. I'm going to save and close. And that's how I add my text. So you can add multiple layers. If you needed to edit, then you're going to go to this little edit icon and say edit. And then you can add more there. You can also change the font and things. You can add it as a header. So if you wanted it to be the header, maybe you wanted a different font, a different size. I would be really cautious about using color when you're using a guide because you want it to be accessible. So keep in mind people that might have trouble seeing different colors. So I would mostly stick with blacks unless you're really adding emphasis to a specific color. Then you might use it very sparingly. And then I can say save again and it will make those changes. If you wanted to delete a box, then you can just go to this little X. And for my guide, I've actually added some color to the background and layout. So you can't really see it in the black, but there's a little X right here that you can delete the box. Once you've deleted it, you can't undo it. So be really careful and know that for sure that you want to delete that box. Now, if you wanted to add a picture into your guide, then you're going to want to do that in using the same kind of adding a rich text box. And I'm going to add a picture here in the middle to this here. So I like to go to pixabay.com to get my pictures. And I've already done a search for mythology. And I like this picture of Poseidon right here. I'm going to download this. And to add a picture, I want to add it once again to a rich, like another box in there instead of actually just editing this because I don't want to ruin any of the formatting that I've already done in this box. So I'm going to add a rich text. And this time I'm going to select this image icon. I'm going to browse my server so that I can open up and search for my picture. And here there's some alt text, and you want to add alt text to your images so that they are accessible for screen readers. So image of Poseidon underwater. And then just say save and close. But I want it at the top, so I'm going to just move this and I'm going to say top of the box, save and close, and now it's there at the top. If you're using images off the internet, you want to make sure that you're including appropriate citations. In this case, I might use the citation right here and copy that and embed it into my text box, or I'll write one in APA or MLA style.